the sparks fly. There's no such thing as maybe. Burn it like it's faded. No more hesitating. Let the sparks fly, baby. Drive it like you're wasted. You can call me crazy. I'm just tired of waiting. Let the sparks fly, baby. Give me one if it's real and two. If you can feel it, give me three signs that you're awake. It only takes one spark for two to fall apart, and three more to blow it away. Let me take you into the light. There's nowhere to hide. There's nothing but darkness left here. Shake it up and let's take a ride. 'Cause heaven's not far away, and I'm not gonna leave you. Burn it like it's faded. No more hesitating. Let the sparks fly, baby. Drive it like you're wasted. You can call me crazy. I'm just tired of waiting. Let the sparks fly, baby.
Welcome to another episode of MCW Riot Television. I'm Nick Andrews, there's Shasta, and we've got a very action-packed night here tonight, Shasta.
Most certainly we do. You know what? Last week we saw Mike Hercom make his in-ring return, but it wasn't to wrestle. It was to make a point, and for some reason, I can't tell you why, he decided that he would take Christian Vaughn and throw flames in his face. And if Mike Hercom thought, hey, I've been on the shelf for a little while, I need to make an impact, well, let me tell you this, Mike Hercom, you damn sure made an impact to Christian Vaughn and everyone that viewed that night. You made a huge impact, and I hope you've got eyes in the back of your head, Mike Hercom. I mean, Nick, when you're smiling about this, you think this is funny?
You know what? Some people use brass knucks, some people use chains. Mike Hercom uses a flamethrower. What's wrong with that?
Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with it. The thing that's wrong about it is you put Christian Vaughn down, but you didn't take him out. We're going to see Mike Hercom make his true in-ring debut right here tonight. And also, we've got the #1 contenders match for the MCW Elite Championship. Ethan Wright, Justin Maine. Justin Maine's a little pissed off too. Ethan Wright cost him his title. He only had it for a little over a month, and Ethan Wright cost him that title. Those two are going to be in the ring tonight for a #1 contenders match, and also returning back to the ring. These two faced each other several months ago. Superstar Bill Martell taking on the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, in tonight's main event. So folks, we're going to go to a break real quick. We get back, we're going to have Mike Hercom in the ring, making his debut back here at MCW after 6 months on the shelf. We'll see you back after a few moments.
Welcome to the show.
All right, there he is, Murder Inc.'s own Mike Hercom returning to action.
Yep, seems to be in pretty good physical shape. Mike Hercom rehabilitating a back injury. I know that when he was injured, no one was jumping him, going out in the mask and bothering him. No one was trying to jerk him into a ring before he was ready. But Mike Hercom took advantage of Christian Vaughn. He had been through a match, probably 25 minutes into a world heavyweight title match, and out of nowhere, Mike Hercom slides in the ring after Murder Inc. had cut the barbed wire. Myself, along with Matt Hardy, had took Murder Inc. what we thought out of the picture, but yet they still had that extra card under their sleeve, that extra ace in the hole, so to speak, and Mike Hercom slid in, and the damage was done, and the rest is history.
So did that fireball, did that fix Vaughn's hair at all? Did that fix his bad haircut?
Okay, smart ass. Well, I'll tell you what, how's this sound? You were in you and Matthew Priest were so desperate to get an interview with Vaughn. The next time you see Christian Vaughn, why don't you go up to him face to face and ask him if that fireball fixed his hair, since you've got such big nuts?
Let's go.
Yeah, I bet you will. I bet you will ask him. You're a real tough guy sitting behind the headset. Nevertheless, here it is, Mike Hercom taking on Cincinnati local guy named Ben Camara, trying to impress the office, so to speak, trying to catch the attention of MCW, because right now MCW is one of the hottest promotions, one of the hottest tickets to get on. Ben Camara, being a local guy from the Cincinnati area, look, offering his hand to Mike Hercom, showing a true sign of sportsmanship. I don't know what Mike Hercom's going to think about this.
He spit in his hand. It's
Wow.
almost as good as spitting in his face.
Yeah, the guy has no class. The guy is classless, cocky, very arrogant. But I can say this, he's also very sure of himself, because he is a former MCW Elite Champion. Right now, he is packed and bound with one of the most dominant groups in MCW with Murder Inc. But I'll tell you what, Big Ben Camara, backing Mike Hercom in. One thing right now, Camara definitely has the size advantage on Hercom with clean break. Camara, maybe he hasn't studied Mike Hercom. He's not going to get any brownie points with Mike Hercom, that's for sure.
So what's up with the Transformers guy?
Well, I don't know about that.
Is this professional wrestling or is this Transformers?
Well, I don't know. Ben Camara evidently is a fan of Autobots and Transformers and things of that nature. But I'll tell you what, he just transformed Mike Hercom from a standing wrestler to someone on his knees. And Ben Camara, like I said, he may not have the intellect and the wrestling ability of Mike Hercom. I don't know. He's fairly new to me. I don't know a lot about him. But I can tell you right now, he definitely has the size advantage. But Mike Hercom working those big shots to the head, going to shoot the big boy in, that's not going to work. Big reversal. That back on Mike Hercom, been injured. Maybe Camara did do his homework. Big clothesline. We got a cover, too. Oh, almost an upset. Mike Hercom. I'll tell you what, that would have not have been a way to start back and getting upset by Ben. Oh!
The speed and the quickness of Mike Hercom. Oh! Takes out his leg, too.
Yep, that was smart. Hey, you take a big man like that, he's got the size advantage. Mike Hercom just eliminated that size advantage with one move, that chop block to the knee. And in pro football, a chop block is illegal, but in pro wrestling, you got to do what you got to do, and Mike Hercom is working that leg right now. Ben Camara now may be wondering what he signed up for tonight, because Mike Hercom's on a tear. He hasn't had any action in a long time. I'd hate to, oh, wow, that leg, that went the wrong way there for sure. Ben Camara still trying to fight back, though. A little bit of hard, big knife-edge chop. Another big chop, but Mike Hercom right back to the sweet spot, so to speak.
Just chomping at the giant, man, trying to just get him down.
He is doing so. And like I said, Mike Hercom knows that Christian Vaughn has not been medically cleared to wrestle. And, one of the first things Mike Hercom asked, and I heard him asking several of the guys throughout the locker room tonight, is he made sure that Christian Vaughn was not in the arena tonight. So it's on his mind. And once he knew that Christian Vaughn wasn't in the arena tonight, Mike Hercom's whole perception changed. The arrogance came out. The tough guy came out. But like I said, he better worry about Big Ben Camara right now in the ring.
I don't think Hercom has anything to worry about. I mean, there's Hurt, there's Martel.
They're not out there with him right now. Right now, he's trying to show the boys he can do this on his own, and he is working on Big Ben Camara's knee. And I noticed Mike Hercom's came back fresh, though. Looks fairly in shape. New ring attire. Seems to have this attitude that, he's picked a fight with Christian Vaughn. But Vaughn, once again, when I spoke to him last, he'd been calling me for several weeks. I just told him there's nothing I could do. My hands were tied, just for liability purposes. He could not wrestle. Camara got him up. Oh, goodness gracious. Almost a Samoan-type drop there, release. Camara goes for the cover, but, Mike Hercom, I think the leverage there, Camara could not really get the leverage he did on that bad wheel Mike Hercom's working on.
He waited too long to hook the leg is what he did.
He sure did. Mike Hercom, though, trying to pick this big boy up. Camara fighting his way off. Big elbows again. We've got him. He's got him up. Big spine buster. Mike Hercom is out. Camara cannot make the cover. you know, early on, he went after that leg, and it's coming back to bite him, Nick. Big Ben Camaro, we've got B's and M's and N's, and I'm all screwed up here. But, you know, I'm commissioner of the company. This isn't my forte. But I'm filling in for Matthew Priest, and blocks what was going to look to be like a super kick. Camaro's in trouble. Oh, my goodness. Wait a minute. Mike Hercom going in. That's a big man to try to roll over. Mike Hercom, he's trying to roll him over. He's got it locked now. Wait a minute. If he gets the pressure built back, he's got him in it. There's the sharpshooter. Mike Hercom has Big Ben Camaro in the sharpshooter, and I'm afraid there will be no getting out of this. He's got him right in the middle of the ring. Nick, I can tell you right now, no matter how big of a man, there he is, referee. The official calls for the bell. Mike Hercom still not letting go, and he had him there in that sharpshooter. Mike Hercom, great return to MCW, debut match back after his injury. He's calling for the cameraman. Let's see what he has to say.
It is damn good to be back, and I'm on fire! No, wait a second. That's Christian Vaughn's face.
Whoa! What a comment! What a comment from Mike Hercom. I'll tell you what, like I said, you can be a mighty tough man. You can be really, really big and tough when you know the guy that's after you is nowhere in sight. You know?
I mean, look at the big boy, though. I mean, I would say that guy's bigger than Vaughn.
Well, he's bigger than Vaughn, but hey, you know what isn't the biggest man that wins the battles? You know, the experience, the wrestling, sometimes the antics you bring to the ring or the fire you bring to the ring. You know, Mike Hercom was taunting the guy. He knew he couldn't stand up. He offered him to walk out of the ring there. Mike Hercom, I'll tell you what, he's got something else to say now.
That's for you, Vaughn. That's for you.
All right, Mike Hercom looking good after being back for so long. He's back, he's looking good, working out. Of course you're going to look good, Shasta, when you're working out with flamethrowers.
Are you kidding me? You're going to stay on that flamethrower stuff? You know what? Mike Hercom, I'll give you this. Been on the shelf for several months, came back into the ring, looked great. Beat Ben Camaro, a guy trying to grab a job here at MCW. You got him with the sharpshooter. The guy tapped out, you got the win. But once again, I told you, I hope you have eyes in the back of your head after throwing a fireball into Christian Vaughn's face, who I know has already started the healing process, is going to have you on his mind day and night. And Nick, you're trying to be funny about Vaughn getting his face burnt. Would you say that to Christian Vaughn's face?
Of course I would. I'm Nick Andrews.
You're not going to say anything to his face. We all know your panties are pink, buddy. Anyways, Mike Hercom, great comeback. I've got to give it to you. You look good in the ring. But that wasn't Christian Vaughn standing across the ring from you. And that day is going to come. And you know what? Someone else who has very much payback on their mind is former Elite Champion Justin Maine, now having to vie for a #1 contenders match against the man who cost him that title, Ethan Wright. That's getting ready to come up, Nick. Ethan Wright, Justin Maine, #1 contenders match. We've also got Tommy Dreamer coming up on the card, returning home here to MCW. And don't forget, fans, MCW returning back to Massillon, Ohio, Firehouse Grill and Pub Event Center, and we're bringing Gold Dust with us. You read across the bottom of the screen right now. That'll be the information, or go to mcwpro.com for directions. MCW returning live TV taping Saturday, November the 24th. We're bringing Gold Dust with us. We're going to take a pause for commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have that MCW Elite title match.
We are back with MCW Riot Television. Shasta, what do we got coming up?
Tell you what, I did make a mistake. It's not an elite title match. It's a number one contendership for the elite title. Hell, Justin Maine held it for less than 30 days or something. You know, I was still under the impression that he held the belt, but we know your man, Patrick Hayes, has the belt. But Ethan Wright, Justin Maine, coming up next, are going to vie for that number one contendership. Whoever wins is going to get a shot back at the elite champion, Patrick Hayes. And also tonight, as we told you, Tommy Dreamer's returning to action, and facing superstar Bill Martell, and I'm sure all of Murder Inc. as well. We're going to get ready right now and go to that matchup. Ethan Wright, Justin Maine, number one contenders match for the Elite Championship. Let's go to that matchup now.
And I'll tell you what, Nick, these two men have had a past, to say the least. The bell has rung, and I think, exactly. I thought things would get underway right off of it as Maine goes right after Ethan Wright. Like I said, these two have a history together right now, along with Patrick Hayes. All three men have, as Justin Maine was our elite champion just a few months ago. But if you remember, Ethan Wright went in, cost Justin Maine that match, and then laid the champion out. Ethan Wright, we don't know where his head is. Right now, it appears that Ethan Wright is definitely not looking for any friends, and that may be what Ethan Wright needs to do right now. He kind of was cast in the shadows for his first, several months at MCW, and out to the floor in the front row. Those people bought tickets, and I'll tell you what, they got their money's worth as Ethan Wright laid right across that man's lap almost. Justin Maine, though, one pissed off individual. Ever since he had gotten to MCW, shooting Ethan Wright's head right into the chair there, but ever since Justin Maine had gotten to MCW, his whole goal was to become a champion. And he had that belt around his waist. And the man that's in there right now is the one who took that from him. So he's a pissed off individual, Nick.
Yeah, that anger, man. If you have that anger driving you, you can go very far. Nice guys always finish last, so they say. And Ethan Wright not looking to make any friends. Ethan Wright looking to get his hands back on that title, and good for him. I hope he does it.
Yeah, well, he would be getting his hands on the title for the first time, not getting his hands back on it. But I will say this, for MCW, I'd like to give props up to Justin Maine, making an appearance on SmackDown recently. It was not a very long one, but though nevertheless it was a successful deal, because anytime you can go be on national television, we give nothing but props for him there. But as you said, Ethan Wright not looking to make any friends. These two are in the ring, and I'll tell you what, one of those guys are going to become the number one contender for Patrick Hayes' elite title. Patrick Hayes now is a two-time holder of that MCW Elite Championship.
Yeah, and that's a guy you definitely can't forget about.
No, most definitely Patrick Hayes. I can't take anything away from that guy other than I said, some of his antics inside and outside the ring. I don't know if he really needs to go for big clothesline by Wright, though. Getting cover on Justin Maine, it's not going to be quite enough, though. Referee Dave Rogers only saying he's got a 2 count there. These two, one thing about it, they've wrestled each other now several times. They have each other scouted. They know what each other brings to the table, and it should be a great matchup for sure. Big knees, ferocious knees by Wright. I'm telling you, the new attitude on Ethan Wright. I made a statement back before these three guys went into a ladder match. By the way, one of the greatest ladder matches, not just in MCW, but in wrestling. I'm telling you right now, those guys pushed it to the limit. And I made a statement. And you know what? I've got to say, all three guys listened to it. I told Patrick Hayes, if I were a champion, I would do whatever it took to keep that belt. I told Justin Maine, if I wanted to be a champion, I would quit complaining about what others were doing, and I would go out and take it. And I told Ethan Wright, if I wanted to be a champion, I would go out and do something that everybody would remember me. If you felt like you were in the shadows, if you felt like you were not sticking out in MCW, go make a name for yourself. Go do something that people would remember. And I'll tell you what, at the anniversary show, he damn sure did. Because Ethan Wright went out and he made sure that everyone would remember that night what he did. Smart maneuver there. Boom, another chop block once again. Illegal in NFL football, perfectly fine in pro wrestling. We've got a cover here. Once again, Dave Rogers giving just the 2 count. Sarah Danielle on the outside of the ring cheering on Justin Main, and Ethan Wright doesn't look like he cares about fans cheering him on. He damn sure doesn't need a woman to cheer him on. And that new attitude may be just what he needs. It may be what he needs to win this match and go on and face Patrick Hayes for that elite title.
Yeah, you need to have that cutting edge, that sheer domination. You can't be Mr. Nice Guy. You just have to go in there and, like you said, just go in there and take it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Ethan Wright now working on that leg, though. Justin Main, big forearms across the back of the neck. That'll loosen you up for sure. Gets Ethan Wright off the leg. There we go. Big shot across the back. Ethan Wright picking him up, working on that knee. I'm telling you, the reason why you see this so much in wrestling is because if you take a man's wheels out, he has nowhere to go. Nice flapjack.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, there you go. Stretching that back and neck on Justin Main.
Yeah, I mean, look at his head compared to his shoulders. I mean, it is just, he's going to twist his head off.
He's wrenching on him there, and the purpose in that is because if you're weakening that lower back, you're taking away the leverage it needs to kick out on a pin. Sure, is he going to tap him out this early? Probably not. But if he works on that lower back, if he stretches him out later on in the match, when you hit that big move and you need just that little bit of extra energy to kick out, that's the kind of thing that early on is going to take it away.
Absolutely. And then, is that doing anything to his knee, Shasta?
Well, he's got the leg locked, and that's just trying to keep him from using his feet to push leverage for the ropes. He's on one leg right there. But you know what? There's Justin Main.
Yeah.
Once again, nobody can take anything away from that guy. He is a competitor, and I mean, to the utmost, he is a competitor. He is not going to quit.
I guess, it looks like it may have done something to his knee.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, when you
Oh,
get in
wait,
there,
this will do something to his knee.
yeah, you're damn right. He looks like he may have spoken or looked over to Sarah Danielle like, this is what I'm about to do to your man. She may be carrying him to the back. Oh, right across the bridge. It kills me to watch that. I've had both knees scoped, and let me tell you something. You start ripping meniscus. Oh, there you go. Good leg sends Ethan Wright right back over into the front row.
And those fans getting their money's worth.
Absolutely. You got picture taker there right on the floor, but nevertheless, Justin Main, though, trying to make his way back up, and that wheel has been damaged. As I was saying before, that meniscus in there, that's keeping those bones from rubbing together. Whoa, big dive out. Cross body right to the floor. Ethan Wright. Hey, now we may have an even type situation going on because Ethan Wright just took that straight to his back. Let's take a look at that again. Big cross body right over the top row. Wow, that was great. We damn sure do. I mean, that was a great cross body. Both men went hard to the floor. Back in the ring now. Main ducks the clothesline, hits it of his own, coming back up. Justin Main's got that second adrenaline rush, that second burst of energy. Shoots right in. Big reversal inside. Oh, kick. Oh, another kick. Going to set up. Shooting off the ropes. Whoa, there he is. Wasn't quite ready. There we go. Spin around bulldog maneuver. Justin Main calling for it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my goodness.
And the intensity on the face of Justin Main, too.
Yep.
He wants it bad. You
Sarah
can tell.
Danielle's right there, too, pulling for Justin Main. He had that belt jerked from his hands. She knows when Daddy has the gold, Sarah Danielle gets to go shopping just a little bit more. And here he goes. He's calling in for that big knee. Going in. Oh, wow. Welcome to Mr. Foot. Tasting Ethan Wright's size 12 there.
Oh.
Bam! Big kick. Big kick to the head. Both men now down. Ethan Wright down. Justin Main trying to make his way back up. Something else I didn't think about earlier. He took that leg, and I'll tell you right now, when Justin Main hits that Pele kick that he does, he may be looking to try to take that out, but he's making his way up to the top rope now, trying to get himself up top. Here he is. Oh, nobody's home. Oh, my goodness, though. He landed on that wheel.
Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here?
Big power bomb. That's got to be it. 1, 2. I cannot believe it. So close, Nick.
That was
so
huge,
close,
man.
so close.
It was just right there. That
Almost
was
a
an
three
amazing
count.
power bomb, man.
Ethan Wright just took almost all the life out of Justin Main. After working on that lower back, I thought that was it.
The life, the wind, and probably other things too.
Exactly, most definitely. Those ribs could be damaged. Working his way up here, getting himself, setting him up. What's he going to do here? Back to that wheel, working on that knee. He's been relentless.
But that's a smart body part
That's
to
been
work
the
on.
story of this episode of Riot Television. Everybody's been going after the knee. Nobody home. There's that patented drop kick into the corner. He missed it. Justin Main calling for, what is it, the main event? I forget what it calls his finish, but I know it's a Pele kick. Like I said, I'm the commissioner. I'm not a play-by-play guy. I'm just honored to be filling in today for Matthew Priest. Justin Main, though, setting him up, squaring him up for that photo finish. Bam! He hits it. But it may have taken something out of him.
Oh, he's not covered.
He can't make the cover.
What the hell is he
That's it.
waiting
If he made
for?
the cover, he would be able to be the #1 contender again. What is this?
Patrick
There's the
Hayes.
champion. Oh, my goodness.
Smack that ass, Patrick Hayes.
Oh, got the tongue out. Yeah, baby, Patrick Hayes. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
What's Hayes doing? Hayes has got Sarah Danielle over his shoulder. She's fighting and screaming. Patrick Hayes is taking Danielle. What in the hell is Patrick Hayes doing?
Patrick Hayes is going to have a little
I don't know.
extracurricular activity going on.
She's screaming for Justin Main. Justin Main is up on his feet now. He doesn't even know what happened.
Patrick Hayes not only took the title back, but he took his girlfriend too.
I don't know. He's he's looking for Sarah Danielle. Wait a minute. There it is. Bam! Out of nowhere. Ethan Wright. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Ethan Wright. Ethan Wright has become the #1 contender for the Elite Championship. Justin Main, all in one night, has just lost his #1 contendership match and lost Sarah Danielle, all in a matter of the last 30 seconds, Nick.
You know what? But one thing I'm going to say, it's not going to be that easy for Ethan Wright up against Patrick Hayes. That's for sure.
That is damn sure true. Patrick Hayes now is in the mind of both men because Ethan Wright may not have anything to do with Sarah Danielle. But I can tell you what, let's take a look at that again. Let's go to that replay. Give me some time on that. So we're going to go back and take a look at that. That's fine. And here we are. As you see, Patrick Hayes walks out of nowhere, smack on the ass. Sarah Danielle screaming for bloody murder, Nick. You were looking, hey, I think you were trying to look up the skirts, what I think you were doing.
Me? Would I do such a thing, Shasta?
He takes her off as she's screaming. Justin Main looking, he's asking, where's she at? He turns around, and Justin Main was waiting on him. Tell you what, he's still, there it is. You got the 1, 2, 3. Justin Main looks confused. Tell you what, we're going to have to get to the bottom of this. If we can, we need to find Patrick Hayes. We need to see what's going on.
Alright, we are back with Mcw Riot Television. Shasta, what do we got?
Well, what do we got? What we got is a new #1 contender. Ethan Wright now is the #1 contender for the MCW Elite Championship, and Justin Main could not have had a worse day. He lost his belt just last week's episode. He loses the belt. And look at you, you're smiling. Because now, not only does he not have his belt, but he's a little bit short somewhere else.
Yes, he's missing a girl. Now, of course, Sarah Danielle has been having eyes for Patrick Hayes for a very long time, and then now she leaves the arena. She just jumped right into Patrick Hayes' arms. Isn't that just a match made in heaven, Shasta?
That's what you saw. She jumped into his arms.
Absolutely.
Nick, he took the girl, threw her over her shoulder. She was screaming all the way out of the building.
She was screaming in ecstasy.
You know, we were in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you could hear her in Columbus, Ohio, screaming her lungs out.
She was enjoying herself.
Yeah, enjoying herself. Justin Maine, got distracted just for a few moments, and not only did he lose his chance of getting that elite championship back anytime soon, but now he's got a girlfriend who's MIA. But tonight, someone who's not MIA is Tommy Dreamer, because he's in the house right back here at home with MCW, a longtime friend. 10, 11 years Tommy Dreamer has worked with MCW over the years, and tonight he's back taking on for the second time superstar Bill Martell. Martell couldn't keep his mouth shut. Called Tommy Dreamer washed up, said it was a fluke. Tonight, we know that Bill Martell told Mika Murder to stay away from ringside because the last time she was out there, well, let's just say that Tommy Dreamer gave her a little bit of a pile driver in the middle of the ring. We know Mika Murder's not going to be there. That doesn't mean the rest of Murder Inc. is it. Let's go to that matchup now. The Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer versus Superstar Bill Martell.
199 pounds, Superstar Bill Martell.
Now, Shasta, I predict Bill Martell evens up the score 1-1 with the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer.
Well, Nick, that's your opinion. We'll find out. Bill Martell has been in the ring with Tommy Dreamer before. Maybe he learned something the first time. Who knows? Bill Martell hasn't had the best record as of late. When we've had some big-name superstars come into MCW, Bill Martell seems to follow up or fall a little short each time. But he's in the ring preparing. I'm sure he's ready to rock and roll. It's a great opportunity for him tonight to move up the food chain here in MCW. We're getting ready now to await the, once again, heading to the ring, an MCW ring, that of the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer, facing Bill Martell again. So it should be a great matchup. We'll see what each guy picked up from the first time. But let's go. Here we go. Dreamer got a huge response tonight from the crowd in Cincinnati, wearing one of MCW's sponsored shirts there, Hothead Burritos, showing the love for the MCW sponsor. Crowd's going wild, kids going wild. People are ready to see Tommy Dreamer, Bill Martell tonight, and a big matchup and the main event here tonight for MCW Riot Television, Nick.
Yeah, this is exciting, man. Seeing an ECW legend like this and seeing the ECW legend getting beat by Skill Martell. And you look at the guy's shirt. Look at Bill Martell's shirt. It says Skill Martell.
All right, so there you go. Skill Martell. Well, you seem to have a favoritism towards Bill Martell and Murder Inc. Tommy Dreamer, though, has been with MCW realistically over the last 12, almost 13 years. He has been a friend of the company. He's wrestled for us many times, and it's always a pleasure having Tommy Dreamer here at MCW, especially being able to feature him on an episode here tonight. Riot Television, he's been on a couple of episodes now, and Tommy Dreamer in there ready to rock and roll, getting that crowd pumped up. That's something that we do at our live events. People need to know, if you're watching this show, make it out to a live event. Tommy Dreamer was out there earlier. He was signing autographs, taking pictures with the fans. We're able to bring in that close personality to these stars. When you go to the WWE and you pay $50 to sit in the nosebleeds, you better bring a pair of binoculars with you. There's not a bad seat in the house at an MCW event. And like I said, we're interacting with the fans. We're giving those people every dollar's worth. They're paying hard-earned money for those seats. We're trying to give them the best experience that we can. And Tommy Dreamer's a hell of a guy. Always a guy that respects the fans and does as much as he can for them. He's getting them pumped up right now in the ring, seeing who wants that shirt that he wore out to the ring from Hothead Burritos. Like I said, once again, a great sponsor down the Cincinnati area for MCW. He's got them chanting ECW. I don't mind that. That company paved the way for a lot of guys. Innovative wrestling during that time. It changed how wrestling was presented to a crowd. It brought back something that MCW tries to carry itself, and that is a realness to it. We don't play, a bunch of phony gimmicks. These guys come out there. They're actually out there competing to try to beat each other's asses, and they're trying to build a name for themselves, and he was part of a company that one time tried to do that also.
Now, Shasta, I notice you're using a lot of past tense words. See, Bill Martell, superstar Bill Martell, is the future of professional wrestling, the future of MCW. Tommy Dreamer represents the past. ECW is the past.
And that's very true. And Bill Martell, as he is basically looking to be bored now with Tommy Dreamer. And you may be correct, Nick, in what you're saying. Bill Martell may consider himself the future of pro wrestling, but sometimes when you want to reach that milestone, sometimes when you want to cross over that hump, you've got to show that you can compete with someone who has built a name for themselves, who has been on the top, who has worked for all three major organizations, who's been on TV for the last 15, 17 years now. If you're wanting to build a name for yourself, we're giving you an opportunity. We are giving Bill Martell an opportunity to back up his mouth, to back up his talk. We're putting him in there with Tommy Dreamer, who by all means is definitely a wrestling legend. So we're giving him an opportunity to do so. So we're underway here. Referee calls for the bell. Bill Martell's going to have that chance that you speak of. Now let's put up or shut up as we get underway.
Now, regardless of what you and I think, Shasta, this is going to be a good fight.
Yep, it's going to be a good matchup, one way or the other. Like I said, these two went toe-to-toe back several months ago at MCW at the WrestlePlex. And they're underway now on an elbow tie-up. Tommy Dreamer go behind, but Bill Martell right on top of things, working over that arm. Tommy Dreamer, though, taking right back over. Bill Martell trying to build some leverage there. Martell knows that, it may seem simplistic to fans watching, but someone starts working on those shoulders and those arms. Those are things that you're needing to kick out of pins later on.
Yeah, those are your weapons.
Exactly. You're throwing punches. You're using them as leverage as kickouts. But Tommy Dreamer now taking Bill Martell into a side headlock, shoots him over. Big shoulder tackle. Bill Martell 2 to 3 foot backwards in the air, now calling for timeout. What's this about timeouts? I thought you said Bill Martell was ready to step up. There's no timeouts in wrestling. You have timeouts. You have 7th inning stretches in baseball. You have timeouts in football. There's no timeouts in pro wrestling.
There's no timeouts, but he does get a 10 count.
Well, he does get a 10. He gets a 10 count. If you want a 10 count, jump out of the damn ring. Don't crawl back into the corner like a coward. Trying to waistlock Tommy Dreamer over. Bill Martell, Tommy Dreamer's a big boy. Bill Martell, though, using the leverage, backing Dreamer up into the corner now, working that count. There you go. Oh, shit. He's wanting respect. Why did he clean break, Nick? Elbow to the side of Dreamer's face. Referee giving him the count, now taking every dirty shot he can on Tommy Dreamer.
ECW is dirty. It's all about taking the dirty shot and
big
being
hip
extreme.
Toss. Big hip toss there. Nice arm drag. Locking Bill Martell right back to that arm he was working earlier. Tommy Dreamer going back to that sweet spot, working that shoulder, wearing and tearing on Bill Martell, backing him up into the ropes now. Shoots him off. Now Bill Martell's going to use that 10 count. Holding on for dear life. Nobody's home. Grabbing a fan's water bottle.
He's thirsty.
Yeah, I
He's
guess
got to stay hydrated.
He's got to stay hydrated. Well, Tommy Dreamer there just knocked the shit out of Bill Martell. I don't even know if he got a chance to swallow that water. Well, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Oh, spitting it right in. There you go, Martell. That should cool you down. If that doesn't work, that will, Nick. There you go. He's giving him water. Bill Martell was looking for water. He was needing to be hydrated.
Oh, what's this?
Well, maybe he thinks he needs a cane. Maybe he needs a chance to walk around.
Now, Shasta, if I remember correctly, this is not an Extreme Rules match. What the hell is Tommy Dreamer doing with that crutch?
Bill Martell, evidently, he looks like he's having trouble walking. Tommy Dreamer's just bringing him over a crutch to see if he can use it.
This is completely not fair. This is not the kind of match that Bill Martell signed up for.
Well, you know what? When you get into the ring with Tommy Dreamer, I'm not sure that there's any set rules per se. I'm not sure you're signing up for anything. The referee's out there. They're outside of the ring. I don't call the shots. The referee's following around in awe. Bill Martell there slapping into the cameraman. Goes for a big punch. Dreamer cuts him off with one of his own. Now they're making their way back over to the ring. Martel's head getting shot straight into the side of that ring. That's still in wood there underneath that canvas. There you go.
Oh, and now he's choking him with his own towel.
No, he's drying him off, Nick. Bill Martel is drenched in water because he needed to be hydrated. There you go, right into the pole. Stay down there for a while. Now Dreamer's he's disappearing. He's coming over here towards the ring table. What's he grabbing? Uh-oh, Dreamer grabbing the ring bell. I think Bill Martel may be in for a rude awakening, so to speak. I've saw this before.
Oh, wait a minute. This is completely against the rules of this matchup. This is supposed to be. You were talking about clean earlier in the match.
Listen, Bill Martel wants out of the match. Tommy Dreamer's going to do him justice. He's going to ring the bell. Oh, right across the balls. I'll tell you what, the last few episodes of Riot Television have been all about the nuts. It has been nut shot after nut shot after nut shot. There he is.
Oh.
Getting cut off.
Side there.
Well, he picked the bell up. He was coming after Dreamer. He cut off Bill Martel. Now we've got a ring bell, a towel, a soaking wet wrestler. Tommy Dreamer's in there. The referee doesn't know what the hell to think. Dreamer working his way up. There you go.
Oh, he used the wrench.
No, he used his fist. He just happened to be holding the wrench.
This is unbelievable, Shasta. Now, Dreamer knows Martel can beat him.
The crowd's yelling for a table. Tommy Dreamer's trying to do what it takes to please the MCW fans tonight. He's making his way back over to the ring. If the crowd wants a table, Dreamer's going to bring him a table, and that's what he's doing now.
Oh, my God.
He probably thinks Bill Martel needs a place to lay down. Maybe he thinks Bill Martel is hungry. Either way, he's bringing him a damn table, and I'm not sure it's going to be a great result for Bill Martel in the end. Dreamer making his way back up onto the apron now, coming to fetch Bill Martel, bringing him out. Bill Martel waving at somebody. Wait a minute. Who's making their way to the ring here? Okay, now we're going to have 2-on-1 now, Nick?
Oh, no, here we go. You see Big Hurt now. He's coming to make the save here to stop Tommy Dreamer from this injustice right now. Look at that. Bill Martel
cutting Tommy Dreamer off while he was paying attention to Big Hurt. Down on the floor. Referee going to check on Bill Martel. Big Hurt right down there by Dreamer. That's not a good place for Tommy Dreamer to be.
No, absolutely
Big
not.
shot across the back, bending Tommy Dreamer backwards there for a moment.
Tommy Dreamer wanted to make this illegal, so now, look at this. Martel turning it around and using the towel on Dreamer.
He's in the ropes. The referee should be giving the count. Bill Martel has never had a damn problem in his entire career taking a cheap, easy way out.
What the hell was Dreamer doing the last
Hey, you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Objects.
You know what? Does Dreamer got somebody on the outside of the ring choking him? It's 2-on-1 right at this point.
He had a crutch. He had a crutch.
Yeah,
he had the water bottle. He had the towel he was using, and then now Bill Martel's turning it around on him, and you don't like it, Shasta.
Get Bill Martel's penis out of your mouth, and maybe you can speak clear. Big chop. There you go. Your boy's dressed up. What does he call this shit again?
Elvis Karate.
And you love the Elvis Karate, right?
Because it works.
It's definitely working right now. Looking back over onto Tommy Dreamer. Big knife edge chop again, echoing through the building. Martel's calling for one more. Coming in. There you go. That's the one more. You can hear that one. There's you another one, Bill Martel. That's Dreamer Karate there. Tommy Dreamer working Bill Martel back into the corner. Shoots him in. Comes in. Nobody's at home. Dreamer catches that arm right on the pole. That steel ring post doesn't go anywhere. That steel ring post does not go anywhere. Bill Martel right across the back of the head of Dreamer. Once again hydrating himself, as you so speak.
How is Tommy Dreamer now going to use his illegal objects if he can't even lift them?
That's very true. I mean, his arm's being worked on now. Bill Martel going after that shoulder, and I'll tell you what, it's really a smart maneuver. He got out of the way, gotten Tommy Dreamer right now in a rear chin lock. Tommy Dreamer trying to fight his way back. That left arm, though, may be damaged. That may come into play later if Dreamer tries to pick Bill Martel up, pulls Dreamer back down, stops him from taking all the momentum away. Dreamer's getting ready to hit those ropes. Now big fist drop right across the head. We're going here. 1, 2. Dreamer kicks out at a 2 count.
You know, I think Martel might have busted that shoulder because I heard something snap or click or something when Dreamer's arm hit that post.
Maybe very well so. I know Tommy Dreamer's had some shoulder issues in the past. He's making his way back up into the corner now. Bill Martel just stalking his prey. Big boots to the midsection now. Martel just rampant on Tommy Dreamer in the corner. Bill Martel maybe seems a little pissed off, maybe taking this a little more serious. There you go, up and in. Back into the ring real hard there. Back into the center of the ring, I should say. Bill Martel, though, got Dreamer laid out in the middle of the ring. We're going to see what's going on here. Martel way up high, setting Tommy Dreamer up. Misses the elbow. Nobody home, Nick. Nobody's at home.
At least Tommy Dreamer was smart enough to get the hell out of the way of that huge elbow that was about to come crushing down on him.
Tell you what, he moved out of the way in the nick of time. Had he hit that elbow, this matchup may be over, and Bill Martel may be sitting in this series 1-1. Big boot. Big boot by Dreamer. Big clothesline. Dreamer fired up using that good arm. Still has a good arm left, throwing those clotheslines. Shoots Martel in. Boom. Another big clothesline into the corner. Setting him up, net breaker. Bill Martel make the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, still not enough. One of these men right now, Nick, are going to have to gain the advantage and hit that big maneuver so that you can't kick out. You're down for the 3 count. That's what now. Dreamer going for the chair.
What the hell is this?
At this point, both men have used things. It's even square. Tommy Dreamer setting that chair up in the middle of the ring. Bill Martel maybe getting ready to taste someone's ass. There he goes, though. Cuts Dreamer off. Big punch. Dreamer off to hit the ropes.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, drop toe hold.
Nice. Tommy Dreamer's face hitting that chair.
1, 2, 3. Almost 3. He almost had him there. Tommy Dreamer taking a drop toe hold right into the seat of that chair. Bill Martel now making his way, taking the chair. At this point in time, both men have used things. The way I see it, anything goes at this moment. I don't care how this match ends. You can use any damn thing. You get your nobody home. Bill Martel. Dreamer and Martel both have ate the chair. We got him up for the Dreamer driver. He's got him set up. Big hurt, though. Jumping off. Martel hits the stroke. He's got him. This is it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my God. Tommy Dreamer kicks out at the very last second. Kicks out. Big Hurt on the outside. And Bill Martel calling for Big Hurt to jump up on the side of the ring. Okay, they're using weapons. Fine. Big Hurt's in the middle of this. He's setting Tommy Dreamer up. Hurt to the floor. Dreamer's got him up. Yelling to the crowd. This is going to be a Dreamer driver. Dreamer driver. 1, 2, 3. It's over with. It is over with. The man who you said, the man who Bill Martel said, the man who everyone says is over the hill, just pulled off the victory. Tommy Dreamer still has what it takes to compete in this business. And Bill Martel just found out. Once again, there's your winner, the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer. And I want to go back. Let's go back to that replay now. Let's go back and show you. Bill Martel, here he is. You see, Nick, he's got Hurt up on the ring. Hurt's holding up Tommy Dreamer. Martel runs off with a chair. Dreamer ducks it. Hurt goes to the floor. Dreamer's got him up on his shoulders. Hits him for the Dreamer driver. And there we have it. 1, 2, 3. And the crowd still loves Tommy Dreamer. He's making his way.
He's needed chairs, crutches, all kinds of illegal weapon hands out in the crowd. Tommy Dreamer needed all of that to beat Bill Martel. Shasta can't believe it. Another screw job for superstar Bill Martel. Getting screwed again. Screwed again. Can't believe it.
What do you mean screwed?
Screwed.
What are you talking about, screwed?
Superstar Bill Martel has been screwed more times than Sarah Danielle has been since she's been with Patrick Hayes.
Now, I don't know about Sarah Danielle and Patrick Hayes' now apparent relationship or whatever you call it, but I do know that Tommy Dreamer looked great back in the ring at MCW. Bill Martell, now 0. Tommy Dreamer, now 2. You know what that means, Martell. You keep calling these guys out. You keep coming up a little bit short. But next week, we're not going to be short. Not short on action, that's for sure, because now you have the #1 contender, Ethan Wright, taking on 2-time MCW Elite Champion, Patrick Hayes. That's going to be our main event for next week. And guys, don't forget, Saturday, November the 24th, Massillon, Ohio, MCW Live Riot television taping. We're not just bringing the superstars of MCW down. We're also bringing, for the first time ever, Gold Dust. Right at the bottom of your screen again, and that's mcwpro.com for information. Tickets are going on sale. Get them while they last. We're going to have a special meet and greet with Gold Dust that night, and there's also going to be several matches of great interest that we will be announcing next week here at MCW Riot Television. Don't forget, fans, each and every Wednesday night, 10 o'clock, tune in, watch us, spread the word, help people join the Riot Revolution. And if they don't have cable, if they have satellite, they can't watch us, what can they do, Nick?
And go to the website, mcwpro.com, tune in at 11 o'clock every Wednesday, immediately following the broadcast on television. Just go to the website, and our show will be right there for you.
That's right, Nick, and you know what? Hey, it's that time again. We must say goodbye. Thank you for tuning in. Keep spreading the word, Nick. Let everybody know about us here at MCW Riot Television. We'll continue bringing the crazy action. I'm Shasta.
I'm Nick Andrews. Catch us on the web too. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and social media and all that. Spread the word of MCW.
To fall apart and 3 more to blow it away. Let me take you in.